Welcome to another James Bond car special. I'm your host, Captain Pervert. And in our Nightfall Garage, we're going round Diamonds Forever. The 1971 Mustang Mach 1 to the DB5 1965 Thunderbolt. What? Then I'm gonna just cruise round here, have a lap, few more motors. Obviously another Aston Martin. Maybe we'll pick this one for Casino Royale. That's a little bit like it. But now let's go to the major cars. Yeah, Tomorrow Never Dies 1997. The BMW 750iL. Yeah. To, you know, maybe up to pass it or Queen's Majesty Service Mercedes. Back to The Spy Who Loves Me 1977 Lotus. To Quantum Solace 1988 Aston Martin DBS. And then we come to these motors. Well, we've seen this one already, and but that ain't it. I'm looking forward to going in one of these motors. I'm really looking forward. It's one of the most iconic, famous cars you'll know in the James Bond series. You know it, the one and only, the Mustang.
Diamonds Are Forever 1971 movie starring the one and only Sean Connery as James Bond again, and Jill St. John as Tiffany Case, who has rented a red Mustang from McAllen International Airport in Las Vegas, where her and Bond White, one of Blofeld's henchmen. This Ford Mustang is a special performance option of the Mach 1 introduced by Ford in 1968, and only discontinued in 2004 for the 5th generation Mustang. Classed as a muscle car, aka pony car, to attract young buyers, but had to compete with the GM, the Chevrolet, the Camaro, the Pontiac Firebird, a 2-door V8 or 3 or 4-speed manual or 3-speed automatic. Due to Mustang's Mach 1 success, made GT model discontinued and obsolete in 1969, following poor sales of only 5,396 units versus 72,458 for the Mach 1. Mustang didn't wear the GT badge again until 1982. In Bond, this car is a hardtop, but was available as a convertible, and the iconic functional shaker hood option that shakes above the V8 Rambling, and its interior options up to Bond quality of teak wood grains detailed and sport bucket seats. One of the Bond's most iconic stunts was the car chase in Vegas, where Bond takes the wheel and takes full advantage of the available V8 in 5.8.
Oh, don't worry everybody, we haven't forgotten the DB5 or what, but I couldn't help it, alright? I mean, it's iconic, isn't it?
litre Windsor Cleveland engine, or the 6.4 litre V8 engine, or I'm hoping is a full 7 litre, is a Ram Air Cobra Jet Super Cobra Jet V8. That sounds amazing. I believe it was that one. But this is the car where he goes on to 2 wheels, because he goes racing down Fremont Street, but gets away down a ferry note alleyway by riding it out on 2 wheels. This film car had a red exterior, maybe matching the Bond girl's red hair appearance, with unusual black and red interior, and on the set the movie plate was CA52H6, starting an interest for female drivers of a Mustang and cemented high sales with Thunderball in 1965 film, where Fiona Volpe drives a blue Ford convertible Mustang, and 1965 Thunderball by Tilly, driving a white Mustang convertible, and in Goldfinger in 1964. In 1969, Mickey Thompson helped with Mustang's popularity by setting a 295 speed record and 500-mile 24-hour course on the Bonneville Soul Flats for a Hot Rod magazine feature. So the Mustang is a popular Bond car, but wasn't an epic Q branch given car to Bond like gadget cars like the DB5. The Mustang was standard Ford car, impressive but no gadget making it dull compared to the DB5, despite the Mustang's performance. Mustang isn't British, so can never be a pure blood Bond car. However, the DB5 car is.
I mean, there were plenty of vehicles in that film, Thunderbolt. One of the major popular films it was. I mean, the disappointment of the DB5 wasn't hardly in it.
What do you mean it wasn't hardly in it?
Well, yeah. Well,
yeah, but the Aston Martin for Bond original resides now at Lowen Museum at Pebble Beach, just in case you know someone who is boastful owner of a silver birch DB5, a spy car claiming it's the original from Goldfinger and Thunderball movie. It means it isn't.
I mean, that's what it really did in the film, was spray water.
Is that all it did?
Well, yeah.
No, it got chased by a baddie, another baddie, the same body, took them out with a James Bond looking like motorbike, but...
Well, if you'd seen a previous Bond episode, you know that a lot of the gadgets were taken out
Well, I haven't seen Bond. I don't even know who Bond is.
So, the only way you know if it's the real one, if the car code is DP2161, then Sean Connery, that's the only one he drove. And the other one was used as a backup or publicity event to promote the movie on the red carpet. The DB5 is classed as a road car. In previous Bond videos, we have explained its ownership until today. I couldn't cope with...
Well, I can't cope not understanding who this character is.
Why don't you bleeding watch him?
I told you, my mum won't let me watch stuff like this, because she said he's a bit of a weirdo, that James Bond, and he's not nice to women.
Well, that's true.
No, it's alright, you know.
Well, as I was saying...
That's Bob Simmons, that.
Well, I couldn't cope with Bond's daily commute, as it's a gym workout on your arms, as its 1/8 of a turn is light for the pretend driving shots, so it wasn't designed for a proper commute.
Right.
Well, so now on to the next one. It's been over 55 years since Thunderball's release. A high one in Bond fan channels and websites, despite many fans saying Goldfinger has the honour of being the best.
Yeah, but this one got more ratings and everything, because it was a right hyped up movie, this
Well,
one.
that's what I meant by the channels and the websites.
I mean, the merchandise and everything even went rocketed even more.
And then you got disappointed because there wasn't much of the DB5, was it?
Well, yeah, I told you that. Yeah, there's a bit of it in.
But I thought you were excited about the Mustang.
Oh, yeah, the Mustang, yeah, but we're on about the DB5, yeah. Oh, the Mustang just took over, didn't it? I mean, yeah, we've got Bond taking out the Mustang in Goldfinger, but no. This is the famous movie with the Mustang that made James Bond scared.
Right.
Yeah, because it was fast. Everyone remembers that. You know, got this villainess what drives cars really fast, and Bond was nearly doing something in his trousers department.
Well, did you know this film gave Ian Fleming a heart attack?
Oh yeah, geezers, didn't it?
Yeah.
It might be other geezers what wrote this, didn't they?
Because it started as a film and then became a book. The other film started as Ian Fleming's books and then adapted to movies. However, Ian Fleming co-wrote Thunderball's screenplay with the producer Kevin McClory and screenplay writer Jack Whittingham. But this resulted in the first Bond legal battle due to Ian Fleming getting bored of the movie process, flew back to his home in Jamaica to write the Thunderball book. However, it didn't include Kevin McClory and Ian. He didn't recognise them, so obviously McClory sued. As Ian used elements from the film they worked on together, this court battle took its toll on Ian Fleming and he had his first heart attack. After his recovery, Ian took his lawyer's advice to settle out of court, and McClory got certain rights that led to him to become the executive producer 2 decades later on the Never Say Never Again. Ironically named because Sean Connery returned to the Bond role despite his intentions to distance himself from the franchise for personal privacy. As it got to the point, paparazzi took photos of him even on the toilet, and that was the last straw until this movie. Because of the producer's rights is why Thunderball and Never Say Never Again had almost identical plots to each other. Sean Connery did not go to any Bond premieres due to over-enthusiastic fans that would become a mass hysteria and stampede. Security risks, many theatres stayed open 24 hours a day to screen the movie, and some cast members attended smaller premiere events, like Molly Peters, who played Patricia, who thinks she's seen the movie 16 to 18 times that year. Connery wasn't the only one who needed to recharge after Bond production, but so did the director Guy Hamilton. After Goldfinger's success, producers Chubby Broccoli and Harry Saltzman wanted him to direct Thunderball, but declined due to not having the energy and drained of ideas. And due to his fondness of Bond, didn't feel he could contribute to the franchise until his batteries were fully recharged. Terence Young, who directed both Dr. No and Russia With Love, did Thunderball, and it was his final Bond film. Hamilton, after his recharge, directed Diamonds Are Forever, Live and Let Die, and The Man with the Golden Gun, starring Roger Moore after Queen's Majesty's Service, with not Bond but famous Hello by George Lazenby, the one who clearly had a hard time filling Connery's shoes but not wanting to do the same as him at the time. An unfair position for the Australian actor to be in, but came off awkward with scenes like Hello in a kilt and representing Connery's Scottish heritage in real life, and opening scenes of This Didn't Happen to the Other Guy was more than cringeworthy for most Bond fans. And it didn't help that the on-screen awkwardness also went into the back-screen awkwardness, with other cast members didn't make him a continuing Bond like the rest. No matter if you feel this was deserving or not, he should have got a second movie to be more away from Connery's style, as the later Bonds did create their own unique style, and this was, hello, just misunderstood. Back to Thunderball's hundreds of keen actresses to get on the elite Bond girl list as the Domino Lady, but former Miss France got the role, Claudia Argo, an achievement with big names of the time like Faye Dunaway, Julie Christine, Rachel Welch, Lucia Paluzzi wanting the role. But Luciana was quite pleased because she was over the moon for getting the villain role of Fiona instead.
What scares Bond about driving a Mustang?
Yeah, that's what she found. She thought the villainess was way more interesting.
Well, she was! Like Bond's, when she's in the naked in the back and she asked him, oh, give us some clothes, and he gives her some shoes.
Yeah, that's what I mean, he's a pervert.
Yeah, my mum said he was to some extent. That's why she don't want me to watch it.
Yeah, but back to the car topic, the chase scene where Fiona uses rockets from a motorcycle to blow up Count Lippy's car. Stuntman Bob Simmons had the job of driving the car, who leaped out after the explosion. The crew looked for him in a panic, but he walked up behind the director, Terence Young, and casually asked if the scene was done right, after them all thinking he might have been dead. Some behind the footage shows Simmons trying to stand up, but he fell back into a ditch backwards near the flaming car, showing that it was a very narrow escape. Another great in Thunderball, or one of my favourites, is the army believing Q's tiny breathing apparatus allowing Bond to survive underwater in a pool of sharks was real. It only looked that way because Connery held his breath. And almost forgot, due to a shark finding a gap, causing Connery to be freaking out on camera for real. That scene isn't great acting, it's really he's terrified of the shark.
Yeah, see, that's quality of James Bond there, isn't it then? Yeah.
Well, I still don't know who James Bond is. I mean, what's the bleeding story about then?
Well, it's about a pirate dude, because he's got a hard patch on, and he works for a baddie called Spectre. What's James Bond's brother? Right, we'll find out later on, right? And they nicked these bombs what are down the bottom of a runway, and they've got a health clinic where James Bond was occasionally staying for a bit, right? And this health clinic's got a torture rack or something.
You mean the spa?
Yeah, spa, but it's got a rack, hasn't it? You know, when them torture
it's like a medieval rack.
Yeah, and it looks like it's dry humping, and when they put it on full blast or something, it looks so funny. But it's alright, because the nurse comes along and he sort of bribes her that he's got a mint glove and he can sleep with her, or something like that. That's how it went. Because he blamed her for switching it on right fast or something. And everyone says that he emotionally blackmailed her to sleep with him.
Yeah, there was a lot of things like that.
Twisted. So my mum's right then. It's like it's all perverted, this James Bond.
It sounds worse describing it, but if you watch it...
What do you mean it sounds worse? It sounds worse with Captain Pervert. He icons it, don't he?
Well, that's...
What are you getting at?
Well, that's why you named yourself Pervert in
Bond. That's why I call me Pervert. It's not like I'm a cool, sophisticated like this dude. I'm like James Bond, mate.
You think you're like James Bond?
Well, near enough. Have a look how popular Bond was.
Well, it can't be that popular because I don't know what it is.
Well, you must be something wrong with you, Captain Gorgeous.
Well, yeah, because it is the longest going franchise. It's amazing that you haven't even seen one.
No, my mum won't let me.
But you're old enough to
this
put them on.
This is a bit everyone remembers band about. Not the Aston Martin, but the Mustang.
Yeah,
the one what scared Bond.
Yeah, because a lot of women started buying the car because of the popularity of the women driving them.
The Mustang was absolutely massive at the time. But sales were big. You didn't see every willy-nilly buying a DB5. That is matching how many times they sold a Mustang.
Yeah, but a Mustang was much cheaper than a DB5.
What caused it. Showing how fast our Mustangs were. The iconic Bond character was scared. But there's one person out there wasn't scared of the Mustang, but went over the top, was Rockstar. Yeah, Rockstar based this car on another certain Mustang, a very popular Mustang.
Yeah, very similar. The Mustang Boss 302 is very similar in features to this GTA car. The real 1969 and 1970 production, and then they produced it again in 2012 and 13. Both were done in Michigan production lines, the retro one in Dearborn and 2000s at Flat Rock. Both kept Larry Shinoda's design for this 2-door 5-litre Roadrunner V8 in 2012 to 13 model, and the 5-litre Boss 302 V8. Both are manual for true petrol heads. 1969 and 17 was a 4-speed, and 2012 and 13 was a 6-speed. Back to the original 60 and 70 model has a very interesting history, because the rival between Camaro and Mustang cars. The company Chevrolet Camaro was a branch of General Motors, but so was Ford at the time, based in Detroit, but again still a branch of General Motors. The Chevrolet branch or General Motor Company, but in the 60s and 70s it still was a hot internal rivalry, it became legendary. Chevy Mustang sales Cold War, as I see it. This still goes on today, like the Q3 2019 Challenger outsells Ford Mustang due to Mustang's decrease of 12% of interest in United States, Brazil, Mexico and South Korea. The modern Mustang is popular in Europe despite this Ford stock rise 1% in May 2020 despite its current situation with all car companies, where most stock has decreased like the giant General Motors that Chevrolet is still part of. So again, who's really winning between the two? Chevrolet sales but Ford, in stock value, is winning. The car industry has always been volatile, but certainly is not at the time of this video. Before getting ideas of investing in Ford's stability over GM at the moment, remember this volatility could end at any point, or it could carry on, so I wouldn't take that as stock advice from the best automatic.
I always had a bit of suspicion about the Boss one. I mean, it's my iconic car, but one thing I don't like is where the shape of the headlights have been on it. I mean, they look like they stick out. Not that stinking initiative of the other Mustangs with the headlights.
What are you on about?
Well, you know, the lack of the motor. Anyhow, I bet that car's not that good going on two wheels.
What do you mean going on two wheels?
Well, that's our challenge today. That's what Bond does with Mustangs. He drives them on two wheels.
And you're moaning about the headlights, but now we've got to drive these cars on two wheels. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's the challenge. That's what James Bond's world famous for.
The headlights aren't going to make a difference to going on two wheels.
Yeah, but you can't admit they do that funny with the headlights. It hasn't got that same character to it.
Yeah, but some people like that.
It does like that a bleeding Camaro with summer.
No, we're not bothered. I want to know why we're driving on two wheels for.
Oh, bleeding hell, we'll go show him the clip.
This Mustang in Bond is classed as one of 5 best James Bond vehicle stunts to watch twice by Alex Reid. I agree with his list if you want to check it out. Ford was a sponsor on Diamonds Are Forever, so they demanded a brand new 1971 Mach 1 to be driven by Bond for sales and to be a timeless stunt classic over time. But a fair deal, as Ford provided all the other Ford vehicles on screen. 3 Mustangs were used. There were 2 of the 429 Cobra jet powered model, so it had been the 7-litre monster engine I mentioned earlier in the show, the Mach 1, and the 3rd was the Mustang 302 used in the alley scene to go on 2 wheels, as it's much lighter than the Mach 1. Only the most observant eye would spot this change. The stunt was carried out by Bill Hickman, who also drove the Dodge Charger in Bullet. He wasn't first choice, but after the original stuntman wrecked 2 Boss 302s, a costly error, Hickman was hired and he did it perfectly on the first try. Despite this amazing work by Hickman, it had been overshadowed by the comical lack of continuity, as the other car enters the alley on its right wheels and leaves on the left wheels due to the editing of the Mustang 302 and the Mach 1. Even a close-up of O'Toole to Bond can't mask an obvious error like a gas cylinder in Gladiator. But for Hickman's skill, it deserves to be in the top 5. A stunt that is still cool today, as wealthy Saudi men go on 2 wheels of their luxury private cars and hang out of it moving, if pulled off. If not, they have the rest of the car collection to fall back.
Oh hell no!
Lean over. I have you now. I can do that. Blimey, woman, get on your own side of the car, not my side. This is my seat, woman.
Back on and try again. However, depending on which car they do it in increases this street cred, as some cars like the Mustang need a ramp to lift one side up. But on normal Saudi road it's more impressive with a car of high centre of gravity like an SUV or 4x4 by turning sharply or at speed to achieve the lean without a ramp. There's a high chance of it tipping over, but that's the reason to do it, because it's hard. The life of the other half, what doing car skiing on a desert road. Its origin and history of this popular nail-biting stunt is elusive. No one claiming to be the first or even finding the first stunt recording of it has been taken a lot of time, with no results. Even with all the modern research tools, I haven't been able to track down its age. If you do know, please comment below.
So that's quite interesting, isn't it then?
Not as interesting as what I might be doing, and I'm watching you doing this.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to get it on 2 wheels, aren't I? That's our challenge.
Yeah. Well, I don't know anything about this Bond character.
Well, yeah, well, I'll try to explain how Vanderbolt went.
Well, do you want me to try and explain it?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, because he made right whatever. It becomes confusing.
Well, Thunderbolt, the plot is Bond's mission to find 2 NATO atomic bombs that have been stolen by Spectre.
Well, he did say that.
I did. It said something about bombs.
Yeah, but that's very descriptive. So they can hold the world to ransom for 100 million in diamonds. Not to destroy a major city like Miami. Bond has a lead in the Bahamas where he meets Largo, the eye patch wearing card playing number 2 of
That's the
Spectre.
pirate.
Well, he's number 2 of Spectre.
That's his brother. Half cockle guy, isn't he?
Yeah, it's not technically his half brother, it's just the guy who adopted him. Father.
Well, yeah, alright, but he's late, so, well, yeah.
Well, he's not related.
Well, you just shut up. You're making it sound more confusing.
And then he's backed by the CIA agent Felix and Largo's mistress Domino. That leads to a climax of an underwater battle with Largo's henchmen. And that's basically the plot.
Oh, yeah, but there's the bit with the guy who's got the bandages, and that's a brother when he's at the health bar, isn't he? With the,
that's Diamonds Are Forever.
Oh, yeah, that's Vanderbolt!
What's the other bar thing in that as well?
Yeah, he should know! He did that, yeah. And when he blackmails that nurse, that, you know, because she's frightened of getting sacked, and it's all like, well, there's something you can do, you know what I mean? And he gets her in the shower, and he gets that glove on later on, and then she's annoyed about the planes flying there because they're next to a military base. And they clone her brother! They got a guy having a facelift, what looks like her brother, and he demands for more money, and they kill him.
I don't think you're helping,
So what's he on about?
Right, I'll try and explain Diamonds Are Forever, but it's quite bonkers, I've got to admit.
What's bonkers?
Diamonds Are Forever is about Bond who pursues the head of Spectre, Blofeld, where he finds him having plastic surgery, but it's not him.
So, yeah, like the other film.
But it's like these poor subjects are forced to look like the real Blofeld, who Bond drowns the real one in a superheated volcanic pool of mud.
Did you say there were 2 other films in front of this one, or came after it then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did tell you, but there's no point watching them because James Bond just messes about getting married all the time. And all the action scenes, the only time he gets in the action scene is his wife, well, one of his wives is driving the car.
One of his wives? He only gets married once.
No, he got married in the other one. He married the Chinese girl, remember? And they had to make him look Chinese or something, didn't they? The one when they got the volcano.
What?
On the big spaceship eating other spaceships, like Pac-Man there.
I think I'm mixing that up with something else.
Right, so he's a bit loony then.
Sounds it, that's a plot. Right, I'll carry on with Diamonds Are Forever.
Alright, yeah.
Whilst Bond is busy killing in a weird spa, there's 2 dating gay assassins that work together killing diamond smugglers.
And you know the guy could hold their hands and put perfume on.
Right.
And so M sends Bond to Africa to stop diamonds being stockpiled to lower the prices. To uncover this ring before the the 2 gays kill them all. Again, Bond has a CIA agent Felix helping him when he travels to Las Vegas to a funeral home, where a body was used to stuff diamonds in.
And guess when they put him?
Oh, I don't want to know, man. I might do, but not that bit.
And then on...
Shut up, man.
Carry on. Then on cremation, a smuggler can retrieve the diamonds. Bond is nearly cremated by the gays, who now has diamonds, but Bond swapped with fakes. This results in some loose woman in a casino getting thrown into a pool.
Yeah. She's got right big breasts and that.
I don't know what's that got to do with
Plenty
explaining the
material or
plot.
something. She's got plenty of material. Right, she gets drowned in a swimming pool and then ends up drowning in a swimming pool. Somebody else's.
Right.
I've always thought it was a Vegas hotel.
Yeah, because the gangsters throw her out a window down there and he says, I didn't know there was a pool down there.
Okay.
But she ended up dead in a swimming pool in somebody else's house. What don't make sense?
Right, but then it goes on to not make even less sense. Bond then steals a moon buggy to uncover Blofeld's plot to create a laser satellite using the diamonds.
Why would he have a moon buggy?
Because they're doing a fake moon landing.
Yeah, in Vegas. And
Vegas.
Blofeld's weapon would be very expensive. The reason to crash the price is the diamonds. I'm just wondering if Jedi crystals had the same stockpile for both Death Stars to save the Empire money in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, because it's like a Death Star weapon, isn't it? 'Cause it shoots a laser in Earth and all that. Like,
Yeah, and that uses crystals.
What
from
are
the
you
Jedi
on about,
planet.
you two? What's a bleeding Death Star?
Please don't tell me you haven't watched Star Wars.
He's not allowed to watch Star Wars. His mum saw that one-eyed monster. He's not allowed to watch it.
I'm not allowed to watch anything. Yeah, alright.
Yeah, but yet you're allowed to play GTA. That don't make sense.
Yeah, a lot of kids can play GTA.
It's 18+.
Yeah, but you're in your 50s.
Right, well I'll explain a little bit more. Something else happens I've forgotten, but Bond ends up on an oil rig and then gets into a
Well, yeah, because it gets dropped in a big ball.
in a mini sub to escape.
I mean, you've been forgotten the bit about the lady changing into a gorilla and scaring the kids.
What?
And there's that elephant what wins the, fruit machine and all.
An elephant wins a fruit.
Yeah.
Is it a woman dressed up as an elephant or is it an actual elephant?
No, I mean, there is a woman that turns into a gorilla. Oh, that's a bit fake. Like the one that can Planet 8 gorillas or something.
You mean she got dressed up as one? Not turned into an actual gorilla?
I don't know, it's this mad scientist what's showing little kids that he can change a woman into a gorilla.
Right, I think I might have to watch this film again. But,
Is he off something? Because he's making it sound more worse and complicated.
yeah, because, well, what Bond does, he escapes with Tiffany O'Toole, the Bond girl.
That's the one with the big,
Well, that's
jam.
nothing to do with the plot.
Yes, she does. She ends up dead in a swimming pool and I'm still confused about it.
And then gets on a cruise ship back to Britain.
Oh, no, yeah, that's the other one. Yeah, plenty on top, innit? Yeah.
Where the...
That's the one what doesn't... Right, she starts off well hard, right? But then she don't know how to use a machine gun and kill bad guys. She just puts it in the air and falls over.
Right.
Yeah, that was a bit silly. But yeah,
And she puts cassettes on the bottom and all that lot. Cassette tapes. And you can see through a bikini line and that's got cassette tape.
Right, no, you're not making sense.
And then the two gays cop block Bond. Somehow they got on the cruise ship to kill them with a bomb.
Oh yeah, I'm up
But
with that.
the gays get one gay gets a stick up his bottom by Bond, and he enjoys
What?
and he enjoys it. Then Bond uses the bomb to
Well, I'm
kill
not
the gays.
surprised Mama won't let me watch it.
And then straight after he gets back to his business with O'Toole.
Yeah, lots of sex and all that lot, innit? And
Yeah,
then
but
she
the
looks
film
at the
ends.
sky and she says, oh, we're gonna get all them diamonds then! Because I didn't understand what that laser thing was about. It's all them diamonds will make it look pretty and all that lot.
Well, not to make it look pretty, it's so they can shine the light through it. Because
What, for diamonds?
yeah, because diamonds refract.
Oh, I won't know. I didn't explain that in the movie.
It's not like Rihanna's silly song where it says shine like a diamond, because diamonds don't actually shine, they refract.
Right. Okay.
So that's why they're good for lasers.
Right. So, is that what happens in Star Wars? It's made out of diamonds?
Well, no, it's made out of this Jedi crystal that they use to make the lightsabers out of.
Oh yeah, didn't they mention that?
Well, what are you on about? You don't talk about James Bond, now you keep talking about Star Wars.
Yes, we're wondering how they could afford 2 Death Stars with all these crystals. They used up all the last of the Jedi's crystals.
Yeah. I think we best tell him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sick and tired of trying to do this. I mean, you showed me some clips of you lot driving them on 2 wheels. And this is diabolically hard. I can't get it on 2 wheels.
Well, yeah, you've got to use a ramp with that kind of car. It's not
Well,
like...
maybe I didn't get them on 2 wheels because you lot have been putting me off. Even you didn't even help with James Bond.
Believe me, I've helped you more than what you think. You have to watch it to believe it.
So it's stupid then.
Well, no, it's brilliant, James Bond. Oh yeah, we're on to the speed challenge. And it's our one and only, obviously. The gimp what's going to do a driving round our test track.
So you're best split. But what about the other 2 James Bond movies you missed out on?
Which ones?
Well, he told me, Captain Pervert, that he gets married.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, did I?
Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah, well the ladies have got that deadly chemical perfume.
Yeah, but I think we're best leaving that one because that's going to be quite complicated because they've sort of made a
Oh,
mess.
for real complicated because Bond girls are massive, falls in love and all
Yeah,
that.
but we don't know.
Hey.
Yeah, but we don't know if it's the same Bond or it's a different Bond. We
Yeah,
have no
that's
idea.
what's really confusing. It's a different guy what plays it because I think Sean Connery won't wear a kilt and Sam in a dress or a skirt or whatever it is.
No.
And he did. So that's why he replaced by an Australian fella. What had a funny voice when he was going hilly all the time.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Well, oh, now this sounds even worse.
It is because Sean Connery didn't want to come back. So this Australian guy took over, but he didn't want to be exactly like Bond, but everybody were a bit confused whether he was meant to be the same guy, but at the beginning he
Yeah,
said...
I was confused because he
actually-
met his brother Lachlan Blowbelt and he's moaning about his earlobe loads or something.
Well, he first said, well, this
And
didn't
he's going to
happen...
commit a really serious crime for a pardon? The other one, he was kidnapping spaceships out of space with his big
Yeah, that's why he wanted a pardon.
What, for that?
Yeah.
It's not like he got bleeding caught, is it?
Yeah, but he wanted to be able to go wherever he
Can we
wanted
find out
on
the
Earth.
results?
So the results of the James Bond Speed Challenge: the Declassi Mamba 1 minute and 12 seconds, Jubachi JB700 1 minute and 14 seconds 377th of a second, and today's Vapid Ellie at 1 minute and 14 seconds 407th of a second.
So, on that consumer advice, some women paddle around in water, but some women swim like men.
You can't say that.
Bye!
Bye, have a great time.
Hi, Melissa, that's me.